Welcome back to the news at 10. Election fever continues in Abia State, where the All Progressive Grand Alliance is leaving no stone unturned. This time it is taking its campaign to the grassroots to seek support as the campaign for the governorship and House of Assembly election winds down. The party, led by its governorship candidate, Dr. Alex Oti, has been carrying out consultations with communities and non-political organizations in the state.
For over 2 months, the All Progressive Grand Alliance governorship campaign team got large followership as it combed every nook and cranny in Abia State, all in the bid to woo voters.
You know, the people are angry. The people don't want the old order to continue. This is the people. It's not a rented crowd. We expected this to happen. In fact, more than this. If we had the stadium, it would be filled 2 times. Indigents and non-indigents, professional groups, religious organizations, as well as traders are all involved, as seen here at the popular Arera market in Aba. I want to thank all of you for coming out en masse on 28th of March to support Abga. We are calling upon you to come out again en masse on Saturday, a few days from now, and vote all of us. In spite of all that transpired in the last election, the governorship candidate of Abga continues his campaign into the last hours of the deadline, reassuring the people of good governance if voted in.
If you go around the state, you would see that everybody buys into our project. Everybody believes what we tell them, and what we tell them is the truth. The state is in a terrible state of disrepair and requires somebody that knows what to do with the state. And I'm very, very satisfied that our people would definitely come out to vote me, and I'm confident that I'll win the elections.
Abians are known to be peace-loving, and that peace is what many envisage on the day of election, where the electorate will be allowed to make their choice at the polls without any violence.
Campaigners calling for the rescue of over 200 girls abducted in Chibok, Borno State, have taken to the streets of Abuja as part of week-long activities to mark 1 year since the abduction of the girls on April 14th. Members of the group said they're worried about what they described as sheer reluctance by governments to rescue the girls. They marched on the streets of Abuja, adorning poles and trees with red ribbons.
Hello, welcome to Business News. Nigeria's central bank is set to clamp down on some chronic debtors of commercial banks. The CBN's Director of Banking Supervision, Mrs. Tokumbo Martins, revealed this at a briefing with financial journalists after the 321st Bankers Committee meeting held today in Lagos. Mrs. Martins explained that part of the penalties for the debtors would include denial of access to the foreign exchange market and a possible publication of the debtors' names in the dailies. Well, equities markets closed in the positive territory today. Bolaji Akinwale gives us the detail.
Welcome to the stock market report. The equities market closed in the positive territory as the key index gained 1.01% to close at 34,520.14. The gaining streak was led by the performance of blue chip stocks. Nestle recorded the price appreciation of 49 naira 97 kobo, coming ahead of Nigeria Brewers and Dangote Cement. On the decliners table, Seplat topped with 10 naira 68 kobo, while Mobile and Ashaka Cement dropped 7 naira 37 kobo and 2 naira 8 kobo. The shares of Standard Insurance was the most sought after, with a volume of 200 million shares traded. In all, more than 601 million units of shares were traded for 4.1 billion naira in 5,724 deals. And that's it on the stock market reports. I am Bolaji Akinwale.
Thanks a lot, Bolaji. Well, the shareholders of Africa Prudential Registrars PLC have ratified a 35 kobo dividend payment at the annual general meeting of the APR PLC held today in Lagos, southwest Nigeria. The company noted the significant growth compared to the previous year. The management of the company says APR PLC remains poised to be the leading and dominant provider of share registration services in Africa. Our correspondent Olumide Makoli reports.
Welcome to the annual general meeting of Africa Prudential Registrars PLC. The shareholders duly seated, the management of the company on hand to conduct the proceedings. It's good news all the way. The chairman noting that APR PLC's dividend policy aims at increasing shareholders' wealth. A total dividend of 700 million naira will be paid to them. The managing director, CEO, says group revenue grew by 14% following restructuring of the company's core functions. Profit after tax increased by 33% in 2014. Earnings per share also recorded a 33% growth. The payment of 35 kobo per share was ratified, a feat given the country's inclement operating environment.
Business has grown, and in this very hostile environment for business, to see any company that is growing and making more money and declaring dividends of this substantial amount is quite substantial. I think they are quite happy today.
As for the company's projections, the importance of the capital markets is noted.
The business climate that we want is for the government to pay more attention to capital market, because there can never be a sustainable development in any country without the capital market involvement.
We decided to put in our best because we want to create more fund for the investors. When you create more fund, they'll be excited and they'll be willing to invest more.
For the shareholders who got more value for their shares, it's kudos to APR PLC.
If a company can come within 2 years and is already paying dividends to us, that's a company we should continue to patronize.
If creating wealth for its shareholders is part of what a listed company stands for, then investors in APR PLC are barking up the right tree as the company puts her best foot forward for market dominance in 2015. Olumide Makoli, Channels Television News.
Well, that's it on Business News. I'm Anne Nwawado. Amarachi will be back with the rest of the news at 10. But first, let's take a quick look at the global market figures for today.
Next on the news at 10, Super Eagles of Nigeria slide down 4 spots in latest FIFA ranking. We'll have more in sports news. Please stay with us.